So today I'm going to be showing you the module that I created on the fish philosophy for the orientation leaders at East Stroudsburg University. This module is being done on the Desire to Learn LMS, which is what is used at East Stroudsburg University for the courses. So we're going to get started. First, the orientation leaders will log on to their D2L site and they will click Content, and then they will go to Introduction. The introduction basically tells us what we are going to be doing in this course. The goal of this course is to have the orientation leaders be able to apply what they have learned about the fish philosophy to their jobs as orientation leaders and their positions on campus, as well as their own personal lives. OLs will develop their own philosophy of leadership. They will learn about and understand the philosophy of leadership, or the fish philosophy, and how it can be applied to their position as orientation leaders, and they will be able to reflect on what they have learned and apply it to different areas of their lives. So then they will click Next, and we will go to a philosophy presentation. Now, for time purposes, I'm not going to go through the philosophy presentation, and it is done on Prezi. So before orientation leaders can establish their own philosophies on leadership, they should learn a little bit about what philosophy is, and that's what this presentation is about. So together we will all go through this presentation about what philosophy is, and then just have a small discussion at the end. Then they will click Next. Now the orientation leaders will take 15 minutes to individually come up with their own philosophies on leadership. So this could be what being a leader means to them. What is leadership? How can you exemplify leadership skills? They will be able to use visuals and graphics to get their points across. Their philosophies don't have to be long. They just need to be able to articulate their points clearly. After completing their philosophy, they need to comment on two people's philosophies, giving them suggestions, advice, or positive feedback. Then they will click Next after we all have completed that. And this course is a hybrid course, which means that it is going to be online and face-to-face. So a lot of the things will be explained in further detail from the instructor. Then the orientation leaders will click Fish Philosophy Introduction. So now that they have established their philosophies on leadership, they will learn about the fish philosophy. This is a great philosophy that can be used in any area of our lives, especially customer service. Customer service is a big thing with orientation leaders, and that is why I thought that this philosophy would be awesome to teach them. So they will click Next after that, and we will go to a video on the fish philosophy. We will watch this video together. And then if the orientation leaders have questions or comments afterwards, we will have a small discussion. Then they will click Next. And it brings you to a PowerPoint presentation on the fish philosophy. I do have the PowerPoint presentation ready. And it basically goes through what the fish philosophy is, the 4 principles of the fish philosophy, and then it goes through the principles of the fish philosophy and what they all mean, and then a conclusion, which is basically that the fish philosophy is an eye-opener for people who always believe that work has to be serious. So we will go through that presentation, then the orientation leaders will click Next, and then the orientation leaders will be given 10 minutes to read through the links above that are posted about the fish philosophy, and then we will go to a quiz. So they will click Next, and they will be brought to a quiz. So the orientation leaders will open this in a new tab, and they will be taken to soccertip.com. They would do the student login, and then they will complete the quiz. Now, for time purposes, I'm not going to go through the quiz right now. Okay, so after the quiz, we will do a short exercise. Well, it's not really a short exercise, but Now that they have learned about the fish philosophy, the exercise that we will be doing, doing 2 exercises. The first one, there will be post-it notes posted around the classroom that will have different scenarios of what could happen at an orientation session. The orientation leaders will split themselves up into groups, and they will go to 2 post-it notes and write how they will apply the fish philosophy to their or to that specific scenario. Afterwards, we will have a discussion about it and see what people thought and just gather their ideas about the fish philosophy and how it can be applied. Next, I will pass out small pieces of paper that are cut out into fish, and the orientation leaders will be instructed to write down anything from the fish philosophy or their own philosophy or both of the philosophies combined, and keep this paper with them throughout their time being orientation leaders, throughout the summer orientation. I think this is good because they'll be able to always look back onto this and remember the fish philosophy and that it is for customer service, and that if they are having a bad day, they can know that, or they can think to make someone's day, or to play, or to choose their attitude. So that concludes this course on the fish philosophy, and they'll click next and they will be finished. Now, all of these resources that are in this module are for the orientation leaders, and that is why this is a hybrid course, because just in case they want the PowerPoint presentation or want to view the Prezi presentation, they will be able to do that.